In 1945, Japan was finished, not struggling, not recovering, finished. Its cities were ash, its factories were gone. Two nuclear bombs had just ended the war in a way the world had never seen before. And here's the uncomfortable truth. At that moment, no serious economist believed Japan would ever become rich again. Today, Japan is the third largest economy on Earth. So the real question isn't how Japan grew, how Japan rebuilt an entire economic system from nothing, and why that system now looks quietly fragile. Because this story isn't just about Japan, it's about what growth actually costs. After the war, Japan had three problems that sound simple, but weren't. No capital, no resources, no trust. Factories were destroyed, currency had collapsed, inflation was out of control. People were trading goods, not money. And Japan didn't even have what most countries use to recover: natural resources. No oil, no gas, very little land. So Japan made a strange decision. If they couldn't own resources, they would own process. Instead of asking, what do we sell, they asked, how do we make things better than anyone else? But that required something dangerous: control. The Japanese government didn't just support the economy, it quietly guided it. Banks didn't freely lend money. They were pushed to fund specific industries: steel, cars, electronics. This wasn't free market capitalism, and it wasn't socialism either. It was coordination. Companies, banks, and the government moved together, slowly, deliberately, and with very little public debate. And here's the part people miss. Japanese companies didn't focus on profit first. They focused on survival. Firms protected workers. Workers protected firms. Wages grew slowly. Jobs were stable. From the outside, it looked inefficient. From the inside, it created something rare: patience. That patience became Japan's hidden weapon. While other countries chased quick growth, Japan chased quality. Cars that didn't break, electronics that lasted, manufacturing so precise it felt boring. And boring won. By the 1970s, Japanese products were everywhere. By the 1980s, Japan looked unstoppable. Then something strange happened. Money became too cheap. Banks had spent decades lending safely, backed by government signals. Now they were confident, too confident. Real estate prices exploded. Stocks soared. Tokyo land was valued higher than entire countries. Japan wasn't just rich, it believed it had found a permanent formula. But systems built on coordination have a weakness. When they break together. In the early 1990s, the bubble collapsed, and Japan entered what became known as the lost decades. Growth slowed, debt exploded, young workers lost opportunity. The same stability that once protected the economy now froze it in place. Japan never collapsed, but it never truly recovered either. And that's the uncomfortable math. Japan rebuilt from nothing by designing an economy that avoided chaos, but in doing so, it also avoided risk. Today, Japan is rich, safe, and aging, a country powered by systems built for a different era. So the real lesson isn't that Japan's model failed, it's that every economic miracle has a price. The question is never how do you grow fast, it's what kind of future you're locking yourself into when you do.
And the answer is rarely obvious until decades later. Japan rebuilt its economy by choosing stability over chaos, coordination over speed, control over risk. Those choices worked spectacularly, but they also shaped everything that came after. Growth slowed, the population aged, debt piled up quietly. Not because Japan failed, but because it succeeded in a very specific way. And that's the real lesson. Every country, every system, every economy is making the same kind of choices right now, just under different names. The outcomes won't be clear tomorrow or next year, only when the future arrives and asks the bill to be paid. And if this helped you see finance a little more clearly, subscribe for more simple explanations of complex money systems, because the choices shaping tomorrow are being made right now.